The border and illegal immigration are one of the top issues for Americans. So here's my position. We need to close the border and put a full stop to illegal immigration because having an open border is a risk to national security, and the cost of supporting millions of illegal, unskilled immigrants without having any systems to integrate them into society will cause a complete financial collapse and the destruction of our public health and education systems in all of our cities. I'm going to discuss two things. First, the actual numbers and the costs of illegal immigration, and second, the policies that I will support to stop illegal immigration. I will also say that I'm a proponent of legal immigration, but I will discuss that in the next issue's episode. If you support any of the policies that I will discuss, or have friends who are unaware of the magnitude of the problem of illegal immigration, then please share this with them and like and subscribe to the video to increase my base of support. So let's take a look at the real immigration numbers. And if you're shocked by these numbers, it means that the news organizations you have been listening to are not telling you how bad the situation really is. In the 10 years from 2011 to 2020, we averaged approximately 450,000 illegal immigrants per year entering our country. That's about 4.5 million over a period of 10 years. In 2021 alone, that number was 1.9 million. In 2022, it was 2.8 million. In 2023, it was 3.2 million. And in 2024, that number is expected to be 4 million. That's nearly 10 years worth of immigration in a single year in 2024. That is exponential growth of illegal immigration, and it's not tenable. It's only going to continue to get worse and cause more problems. First, an open border is a threat to national security. I hardly need to discuss this point. It's obvious that with the 8 million illegal immigrants that came here between 2021 and 2023, and another 4 million that will come in 2024, that's 12 million illegal immigrants, most of whom are minimally vetted. We don't have any idea who these people really are. If even a small fraction of them, say 0.01% of those 12 million illegal immigrants are here for bad reasons, that's potentially 1,200 terrorists. Or if it's slightly higher than that, it could be 12,000. How many were responsible for pulling off 9/11? A few dozen. Having an open border is a huge risk to our national security, and the FBI has significantly increased the threat level and warned us of possible terror attacks here on US soil. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI cannot scale their operations fast enough to keep up with this massive influx of illegal immigrants and keep track of everything that's going on. It's impossible. It's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's a matter of when it's going to happen. Every day the border remains open increases the risk of safety to yourself, for your kids, for your grandkids, for your parents and grandparents. We need to shut down the border and have zero illegal immigration. The second reason we need to shut down the border is because if we don't, the exponential growth of illegal immigration will cause a complete financial collapse and will destroy our public health and education systems in all of our major cities. Millions of illegal immigrants are being stopped at the border and then minimally processed and vetted, and then shipped across the country in buses and airplanes. They don't have jobs, work permits, a place to stay, food, water, healthcare. So who is paying for all of this? It's us, the taxpayers. And what is that cost? The estimates range anywhere between $150 billion and $450 billion per year right now. And I believe it's on the high side of that. And if it's not there yet, it will be soon. To give you an idea of how much money $450 billion is, do you know what the federal budget for the Department of Education is? It's $80 billion. If you take $450 billion and divide it by the population of the United States, it comes out to nearly $1,500 per person. That means that if you have a family of four, $6,000 out of your paycheck is going to go towards supporting illegal immigrants. And most of the illegal immigrants coming across the border are not families and children, as some news media outlets try to portray. 60% of them are single adults, and most of those are single male adults. That's who your tax money is going to support. And that $450 billion cost is not even including the cost of the other problems that are caused by having an open border, including our opioid crisis, which is killing over 100,000 Americans a year and is costing our healthcare system an additional $95 billion or more. So this is the actual scale of illegal immigration and the cost for us Americans, and it is not tenable, and it's only going to get exponentially worse because we have exponential growth of illegal immigration. Many of our politicians seem to care more about illegal immigrants than they care about us Americans. And for that matter, anyone here on an H-1B visa or a green card who is here working and paying tax money, that hard-earned money is being given to people who are just walking across our border. Think about it. What's going to happen with this massive influx of illegal immigrants? Wages are never going to go up, and unions are going to have less power because the companies that they're trying to negotiate with for pay and benefits will just hire unskilled immigrants with work permits instead of people who are in union jobs. And any politician who claims to be pro-union and is not working to shut down the border is lying to you, because the biggest destroyer of the working class and unions over the next several years is going to be an open border. We also have a massive housing shortage and a housing affordability crisis. That problem is only going to get exponentially worse with the continued illegal immigration. Homes are already unaffordable, and our kids are never going to be able to afford to buy a home. Now that you understand the magnitude of the problem and the costs associated with it, I'm going to tell you the 5 policies that I will support and push to shut down the border. First, reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy and get rid of the catch and release program that our current administration is using. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing that says if we have 10,000 immigrants come to a port of entry that we have to immediately let them into the country, minimally vet and process them, and release them throughout the country via bus and airplane. If we can only properly process 100 asylum claims per day at a port of entry, then that's how many people should be allowed into our country. This will immediately stop the migrant flows, because as soon as the wait period to get through a port of entry is months, the flow is going to stop, and the people, instead of coming through illegal immigration pathways, are going to begin using our legal immigration pathways. Second, we are going to negotiate with Mexico and Central and South American countries to stop the migrant flows from starting. As an example, we are getting hundreds of thousands of immigrants from Venezuela, while at the same time we have crippling sanctions on their economy, which is making their quality of life worse. We need to negotiate with countries like Venezuela to begin lifting some of these sanctions in exchange for stopping the migrant flows and negotiating other matters. That will improve the quality of life in Venezuela, and it will improve our quality of life at the same time. The United States is not an innocent bystander in this. Third, we need to continue building and fortifying our border wall. No further explanation is needed for that. Fourth, we need to increase resources to process the asylum claims of the illegal immigrants we've already let in faster. The wait period is almost 5 years now, and that's completely unacceptable. We need to increase resources and streamline the process so that we can process applications at a rate that's 20 or 50 times higher than we are right now. And fifth, we need to move immigration courts from under the executive branch to an Article 1 institution just like tax courts. Right now, we have political interference being run by the administration because the immigration courts are under the executive branch. To remove that political interference, because the current administration does not want asylum cases processed faster, we need to move them to give them the same status as a United States tax court. So that is the magnitude of the problem, the reasoning behind my zero illegal immigration policy, and the 5 things that I will do in order to make that happen. If you were unaware of how bad the situation is or know somebody else who was, please share it with them, and like and subscribe to this channel to increase my reach. I'm Independent Joe. I'll talk to you again soon.